Alrighty, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over all the trades I ended up taking to be funded again. Okay, we ended up passing our eval this week as well again. So yeah, coming into this week here, again, we were just pumping, bro, literally pumping. Not surprised. I expected this week to be, again, I expected this week to be more how do you say it? A better, more fluent than it was, more smoother than it was. But I feel like the reason why we didn't have a really nice week was because there was no CRT with the weekly low. So it's like it makes me feel like this is more bearish long term. But again, whenever I see this signature and price action where we don't CRT the low, but we go and seek the high first, we could flip back lower. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm gonna stay bullish going into next week, but that's not important. But again, that's just something to expect. Whenever we do stuff like this, we're just ranging inside all the way until we hit the high again. So coming into the week here, as you can see, we ended up tapping into this daily at first, right? So when we tapped into this daily, I wanted to be bearish coming into the day here. So I wanted to be bearish. Price just didn't give me the opportunity that I personally wanted here. Again, we ended up sweeping a London session high here, and then we on open we opened lower, and then there was a trade to take out this intermediate term high right here. But again, I'm not trading longs when I'm bearish, so I wanted to take this 2-minute short here, but price never gave me entry for it, and I ended up just kind of leaving. So there was this 2-minute inversion that I wanted to take here, but price just never gave me entry, so I just didn't take it. So this is not the important part. I want to go over my trades. So after the daily profile of the day ended up getting taken, I looked for a mechanical trade, and that's the one we're gonna go over. So let me just go on replay mode right here, so it's a little bit more clear. So we ended up looking at this higher time frame BISI. There's a 4-hour right here, and if you take a look, we have this hourly breaker. Pretty simple. I just want to see an internal sweep, which was this 5-minute low. So 5-minute low gets swept, I'm targeting the 5-minute high, and it's happening all inside of a key level, higher time frame breaker, higher time frame BISI, and all I need is a high time frame inversion now. So again, we have my range equilibrium, right, of this entire range. We're clearly in a discount from this range. If you look at price here, right here, you're clearly seeing that we're in a discount of this range, or again, intermediate terminal low. Actually, that's where you would grab. Again, this is a protected low. That's where you expect price to bounce. So here's equilibrium actually. Boom. You have your range, equilibrium, higher time frame PD rate, which is the BISI, and then the breaker, mitigation, and a sweep of liquidity. So now I got my sweep of liquidity. Now I need my highest time frame inversion is a 2-minute right here. 2-minute inverse, way too high. I wanted to wait for a tap back in. I waited for a tap back in here. I went long. The only issue with this is we had SMT right here. So I was like, bro, damn, I reacted too late. I noticed SMT like when it was like around here, and I was like, damn, like this is not even a 1-to-1 anymore. This sucks. I'm gonna just go break even. Price was here, and it ended up stopping me break even, and then I'm going to my TP. So again, that was the first trade on that I took on the eval. Let's go over to the next trade here that actually made breach here. So this was a pretty good trade here. Again, coming into the day here, we had SMT with this 4-hour here. So at this point, when you get this reaction out of this daily like this, I'm gonna be bearish. So let me lower actually my music here. Sorry. So I expected to be bearish because when you have bearish SMT like this, I expected it to be Asia session low to draw at this point. We ended up having a bearish SMT with this 4-hour with ES, and this high ended up being London session high. So I expected London session high to be a sponsored high, a protected high. So when 9:30 opened and swept London session high, I was like, all right, you know what? We ended up just creating another London session high. We ended up creating actually another protected high, and that's fine. As long as we're not displacing through the through London session high, we should be fine. So again, I saw price 9:30 opened up. We ended up going higher, sweeping London session high again. So essentially, this is SMT. As long as this SMT is essentially still holding. So again, if you look at price from previous day high being 9:30 to this low, we have range, equilibrium, higher time frame PDA, and then there's a breaker over here. So what am I looking for? Just an inversion back down. Again, we ended up sweeping London session high. There was a 30-second inversion. It looked something like this. This is the exact trade I took. London session high got taken. 30-second inversion. I shorted, stopped above the rejection, and targeted the 5-minute CRT low, which was, again, we CRT high, CRT low, which was 9:30 low. Again, I only needed 1 to 2 R, so I actually targeted right here. This wasn't my actual TP because I would risk 750 on the trade. I made 1500 and then I was off for the day. So I ended up taking this, and I expected the draw to actually be Asia session low here, but price just didn't deliver to Asia session low, unfortunately, which is kind of insane. We never, again, just goes to show that we're in bullish structure. So once price actually once price actually displays through this high, that made me very bullish going into the rest of the week. I was like, all right, like price is clearly not trying to go lower. We inverse this daily. Price is going to keep going higher. So to me, I was like, all right, overnight, again, this daily closed. We mitigated the order block. We should keep going higher here, right? So coming into this right here, I expected this mitigation right here of this order block to hold. But again, at the same time, this 4 hour didn't get mitigated. So whatever, I just felt like we were very bullish coming into the rest of the week. So again, coming into the day here, 9th, again, I was expecting price to actually deliver to this 4 hour and then all-time highs. So again, obviously Asia session opened and created equal lows and then went higher. And then with this 2 a.m., we didn't sweep anything. There's no 30-minute. There's just nothing really here. We just opening higher, so I expect the New York reversal. But since there was just no PDA holding us, like there's a 4 hour here. I ended up, again, and I was bullish. I expected this to end up going higher. So again, we had this hourly here. We SMT'd this and swept this low here. So if you look at price here, so we had a 15-minute CRT low. Again, I know we swept these lows down here, and then we created this bullish SMT at the same time, but we also swept this internal low to take out the internal high. And I was like, all right, like I want to be bullish here, and we took out the internal low. I expect the next internal high to get taken. And looking back at this trade, I should have just full TP'd at a 1-to-1 here, because especially once I saw the 10 a.m. open higher and then wick back down, but whatever, it doesn't matter. It's done. This is just thing you can improve on. So once again, price ended up sweeping the low and then giving us a 3-minute IFEG. I went long. Again, I thought we're gonna get a continuation model out of here, and there was no higher time frame really PDA really holding. But again, we ended up having SMT here, and then price reverted back lower, and price went down and mitigated what I expected. So at this point, it's like, okay, like we're coming back to discount every single time. Every time we come to discount, we go higher. Same thing here. We come to discount, we go higher, mitigation. I'm like, all right, so what am I expecting the next day? So I was like, all right, like, so this trade ended up being break even, whatever. So I only ended up making like 150 bucks. So I needed like 1,350 to pass the account, something like that. So I just looked at Asia session because I saw that we ended up mitigating this and displacing higher at 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. And I was like, all right, like I'm expecting continuation. I'm expecting us to open. Asia session is going to go lower, and then we're going to keep ripping higher. That's literally what we've been doing all these past sessions. Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to do the same thing to pass this eval. So I literally just waited for range. I saw the first range that I saw here. I was like, all right, I'm literally trading this range. So what the price ended up doing here, I saw this range. Price ended up engineering all the way to discount. Again, what am I grabbing? What do I need? I need a breaker, mitigation in a high time frame. So again, we have this mitigation right here from the low to the high. What am I expecting? I am expecting discount. I'm going to highlight the order block and the fair value gap. They're going to overlap. I'm expecting 8 a.m. to open lower. 8 a.m. Asia session opens low, sweeps low, CRT low, where am I expecting again? See how there's no displacement through these lows here? It's all wick. There's a wick here, wick here, wick here. Like, so this is all high resistance and this is all low resistance. So what am I expecting? Again, if you even look at the hourly here, sweep of the hourly low, what I'm expecting to take the hourly high and beyond, continuation, right? So what did I do? Again, 3-minute IFEG. Again, if you provide context every single time, you're just gonna win, right? Or win more than you lose, right? So I expected this to be a continuation higher. So again, we had this hourly gap. Here was holding this mitigation. In a discount, we have a sweep of liquidity. Again, very clean inversion. 3-minute inverse. I didn't long immediately because it was way too high in the range. So I waited for a tap back in. And the tap back in wasn't the fair value gap inversion. It was the change in state of delivery. So once price tapped this change in state of delivery, I went long right here. And I ended up TPing one right here. And then holding the rest right there. A little bit higher. And then boom, we ended up passing the eval. And then on Friday, I just didn't look at this because it just looked really bad. Again, I expected just to see a good trade, but well, I already passed, so I didn't care. But when I looked at the market, I was just like, there's no higher time frame PDRA. There's just nothing. We're sitting in this 4 hour, and we're sitting in this 1 hour. Like, where does price really want to go? I want to see clean displacement above. There's no clean displacement, and I would need for the 4 hour to inverse, and then I'll look for a range inside of that. Looks like price went and took out all this previous day, again, Thursday's high, so previous day high, and then mitigated the 4 hour, and I was like, all right, like, this is cooked. So, yeah, again, pretty quick recap. Oh, let me actually, don't want to delete the, yeah, pretty quick recap. Again, these are the only trades that I ended up taking. And I didn't really see or like anything else. So yeah, this is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, again, I do want to start like back testing and implementing like back testing into my videos. I'll probably do one here on this video just to show you guys what my back testing sessions look like. So I'll just go over 2 just to kind of show you guys what goes in my head going into the trading day. So yeah, I've been taking a shit ton of trades, really back testing just daily profiles, and I've been literally winning a lot just by looking at daily profiles and not caring about anything else. Again, we ended up having rejection block here, whatever, and then bullish breaker, 15-minute gap. What the hell happened? 15-minute gap, as you can see right here. So I expected a continuation. 4-minute inverse, stop below the low, break even, and then price ended up TPing here. So break even and full TP. Again, 2 where London session high. All right, let's go to the next day. Let's just show you guys one quick little back testing how it would look for my POV and how I approach a trading day every single day. So again, open high. What am I expecting? London and Asia, right? We sweep this internal right here. We get displacement at 830, but that's all manipulation in my opinion. Sweep, close back in the range. Okay, so what am I expecting here? This is not 830 data lows. Let's see, that'll probably get ran through. Yeah, it's gonna get ran through right away. Let's see if we get a 930 open high or anything good. Alright, it looks like we might retrace into this 5-minute over here on ES. So I'll be paying attention to this. Alright, there we go. So we tapped into this 5-minute, which is a 15-minute sweep of the high right there, sweep. Alright, I wish there was a 30-second here or something. This could be a short right away, honestly, to this 2-minute unfilled. But I'd rather wait just a little bit longer. Is there a 4-minute or something? Is there a 5-minute? No, 4-minute. Alright, so price is going higher here. Did we see Asia low or London low here? No, not yet. So I think this is all just manipulation in my opinion. Okay, so maybe we want to go to data highs. See the reaction that we just got out of here. So I'm going to readjust my bias, sweep right there. Higher time frame for value gap. Looks like we just swept the 8 a.m. low. We might go to 8 a.m. high. 15-minute IFEG. I would like to see this breaker right here get mitigated. All right, 10 a.m. is opening lower. Let's see if we get a 5-minute BISI. There's a breaker there. Let's see if we get a tap inside of this 5-minute BISI and a 1-minute model, a 1-minute inversion back to the upside. All right, there it is. There's the long. Stop at the low, break even at the internal high, and then is there a 2-minute there? No, it's just nothing. All right, this looks like a great trade. Let's place the trade, mark it, and let's see what happens. I can't skip. It's frozen. I don't know what's going on. Okay, stop going to break even. And there it is. Bam. That's literally how my back testing sessions look like. Pretty simple. Again, you're just reacting, waiting for it to be undeniably clear, right? So as you can see, 10 a.m. Come here, wick. It's all good. Tap into the 5, 1-minute inversed, long, stop at the low, and just wait. Break even here. Price goes higher, and we hit full TP. That's literally what my back testing sessions look like. I'm just reacting to what PD rates. Again, if price is displacing lower, I would like to see this hold and run back down. If it doesn't, then I'm going to react, readjust my bias, and look, we close above, breaking structures to the upside, mitigating the 5-minute, and then 1-minute inversion, and I go long, break even at the internal, and we go and take out data highs. Okay, so yeah, this is literally how my back testing sessions look like all the time. I just look at daily profiles, mechanical trades, or an internal market maker buy or sell model. That's literally all it is. And I'm just waiting for higher time for PD rates and everything to align. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I gave you guys a little bit of everything. Gave you guys my approach going into every single day, my bias, my daily profiles, my mech trade, my break-even trades, and a little bit of a back testing session there for you guys. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want me to do more back testing session videos, let me know. I also do want to do like vlogging videos in the future as well. But yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one, and hope all of you guys have an amazing trading week. Be patient, stay process focused, and it will happen. And the most important thing that I want to say is all glory goes to God, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Without him, I would not be where I'm at right now in life, and I'm just so grateful. I'm genuinely so grateful. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.